Test 1 2, test 1 2. Do we have audio? Hey guys, Shane from Jaggs Journeys. I'm here for another fortnightly live chat with you guys, and we just had a bit of audio issues happening in the start, so apologies for that. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. We're all good to go. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. I think the computer didn't update or something, and then it needed a restart. So apologies for that. But once again, thank you all for jumping on to the live chat again. Again, if you're new here, I do this every second Wednesday night, so fortnightly, unless there's something else happening like a State of Origin match or something else. Generally, we'll always be here at 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. And I really appreciate everyone taking time out of your busy night to jump on and have a bit of a chat. We're going to chat tonight essentially about the events that are on currently, essentially a Dreamworld and Movie World. And I'll chat through what I've been to so far. And I'd like to hear those of you that have been to the events so far and just what you guys also thought of the events and what you like best about the events. Maybe the foods you tried, that sort of thing. So really keen to have a lot of interaction on the chat here tonight. So once again, really appreciate everyone jumping on, taking time out of your week, and also really appreciate everyone's ongoing support for Jaggs Journeys. So a big hello to everyone who's jumping on now. I'll try my best to read your names. The old eyesight's failing more and more. So I think, Rex, you were first to jump on originally, so thank you very much. I appreciate everyone jumping on. I see a lot of familiar names. I also see a few new names. Adrian, how are you, mate? Thanks for jumping on. Much appreciated. John, GC Party Buses. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we skipped the last live due to State of Origin. So, yeah. Thanks, mate, for jumping on. Everyone, a big hello and a big thank you to everyone jumping on. I will go through comments as well. So, again, I'll go back and forth a little bit. So, and again, if I miss your comment, apologies in advance because they do tend to sometimes just go up and up and up. And I think I'm up to date and I might have missed it. So just pop a comment. And again, and if I do miss it altogether, again, apologies. Just send me a DM and I'll always get back to you guys. We'll do my best. So, yeah, we'll start with some of the comments for starters. So let's go. Where are we at? Everyone's saying hi. So, again, a big hello to everybody on here. What did you think of superheroes and supervillains? We'll get to that, Kobe. Thanks for jumping on again. We'll get to that. Probably I'll do Dreamworld first. Pam saying, saw you and Adrian at Winterfest. You were going to say hi, but you were both very popular. Look, always happy to say hi. Sometimes there is it's funny. Sometimes there is actually a bit of a queue of people to stop and say hi, and that's okay. We're always happy to say hi, of course. So, yeah, just getting the lineup to get some ropes and poles out sometimes, maybe. Matt, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys love the event at Movie World. That's really awesome. We'll chat about that shortly. What do I think Dreamworld's big announcement could be? They're keeping their cards close to their chest, aren't they? So I don't know. I mean, they had this big announcement. It was about the annual pass, and don't get me wrong, that was super sharp price, $99. I mean, that is one sharp price point for an annual pass. Sky Point, White Water World and Dreamworld, that's unbelievable. So, but they're saying they got an even bigger announcement. So if you're doing an even bigger announcement, surely it would have to be one of two things. One would probably be maybe another new ride, but it would be probably like a major ride or attraction. I'm thinking, not just something small. It would if they're hyping this up this much, it's got to be big, right? So it's got to be something big or decent. So if it's a ride, it's going to have to be pretty significant, pretty unbelievable. That's what I think. However, it could also be a massive development. I know they've already mentioned things like that in the news about the massive development they are planning to do. So it's really not. That's really not secret. It's out there. It's in the media. It's in social media. It's everywhere. So, um, it's probably got nothing to do with development. Um, I don't know. So it would have to be like a major ride, or maybe they're partnering with an IP like they used to do, and they're bringing in a certain IP into the park. I mean, you never know. I know that's not really their direction at the moment. It's more, getting back to the old school Australia, which I love. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, what do you guys think? I don't know. I'm stumped, to be honest. I don't. That's pretty much what I think. But so yeah, let me know what you think. I'll get through the comments, obviously. As you comment, we'll get through them, and sometimes it might go into other comments, but then I'll find your comment again and we'll go back to it. So that's all cool. So yeah, so we'll get that back to that. Where are you this weekend? Probably movie world. I don't know what day yet though, because I've got stuff to do on Saturdays. May end up being Sunday at this point in time. But I really don't know. I got stuff I got to do with the cat vet and stuff like. So yeah, I got things on, unfortunately. So, not sure on that. What do we got here? Reopening Blue Lagoon, maybe. You never know. You never know. Like a newer version of it. I mean, that's why it's been sort of kept there for so long. Maybe someone mentioned Big Brother. Maybe that is coming back. You know, you never know. Hey Ruth, thanks for jumping on. If they replaced Motor Coaster with a, sorry, my eyesight is shocking. Is it Zip on? Sorry, I can't read it. Zip on type of, like the Fuji. Sorry, I can't even quite read. It's my eyesight. It's terrible. So possibly they're replacing the Motor Coaster. Possibly, absolutely. Wet and Wild was closed. Yeah, for a couple of days. They reckon. Interesting, you brought that up. Actually, I haven't heard any more to it. All we all saw the same post from them, I guess, which was basically it's closed due to damage from the extreme rain they had on the I think it was a Sunday night. So it was closed Monday, Tuesday. Does anyone know if it was open today? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've been so busy all day. Like I left home this morning very early in the morning and only got back not long ago. So I haven't really even been on social media at all today either. So but I'm thinking I live literally near Wet and Wild, and it rained a little bit on Sunday night. We've had way more rain than that in the past. So I don't know. I just have a feeling that there was maybe something more to that. Just heavy rain. It doesn't sort of make sense to me that wasn't even that heavy. So I think it's something else. Maybe that's gone wrong and they've just blamed it on that. But anyway, I mean, I could be wrong too. I could be totally off the track here, but it was weird that being closed. Anyway, Snacks, thank you. Appreciate the comment. I was always saying maybe they lost power. Well, I know they lost power. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Well, maybe because I know today a lot of places lost power because of the huge wind gusts in the Gold Coast. A lot of places were without power today in the Gold Coast, which was it was really gusty down here. So interesting. Movie World showed that Catwoman has a new costume. Yeah, I think I did see that on the Movie World post actually. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Very similar, but definitely looks good. Bit of an upgrade, which is cool. Zoe's saying it was open today, Wet and Wild. So, okay, so cool. So Wet and Wild was obviously just closed the last 2 days. So that's cool. We got here. Craig, hearing the news about Dreamworld expanding plus hotel is exciting news. Absolutely, it is. Yeah, Warner Brothers have to up their game. Or what will they have up their sleeve? Yeah. Well, they've already announced the hotel, which then just went quiet. So I don't know. But I think there's a couple of things that they've really got to do urgently. One is get Scooby open, which will be this year, which will hopefully be, well, we're hoping for September school holidays. Realistically, it might not be till December. They got to fix up Doomsday area. No, that's just something has to happen with that area. I think urgently. So I think that's their priority for next year. Before they do any other further expansions or anything else, they need to sort that out. That's what I think. I hear people walking around, saying, "What's going on here? What's the go?" Like I keep saying it. They need to just put a sign up. Hey, apologies for the current state of this area. We are redeveloping the area, for future amazing attraction or ride. That's all they need to put there. Anyway, we'll see. What's Movie World like for a first timer? I'm going tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely good. You're going during a busy time, school holidays, so you will have to expect queues. I don't know what the queue lines have been like this week. I work full time, I'm not there, but usually it's busy. The school holiday is busy, so I would suggest getting to the front gate, like the park gate opens at 10 and the rides also open at 10. I thought they might have opened a bit earlier, but no, it's 10 a.m. So I would suggest maybe even rocking up to Movie World by about 9 or 9:15, just sort of get right at the front of the queue so that when you go in, I mean, sometimes what they'll do is they'll open the turnstiles, but they'll hold you at the archway. Like, so if there's a big queue so that everyone's not queuing on the road. So if that's the case, you head up to the arch, and as soon as 10 o'clock hits, it's open, and the rides are ready to go. So I would have a bit of a list of what you want to ride. So maybe if you want to go, I've got to go on DC Rivals Hypercoaster, I would go there first. Then I would probably go maybe the Green Lantern that's next to it. Maybe Batwing, do those rides. Superman is going to have a big queue by the time you get out of there. But maybe you could pop back during the day, later in the day for Superman. And I'd maybe head to Wizard of Oz and get some of those rides done. Hopefully, Wild West Falls is back open. I believe it should be. And I think rides like the Flash should be open, but I think they might have had a couple of day delay. They might be open by tomorrow. But sort of plan what rides you really want to do. Keep in mind the Heroes and Villains event is on as well. So there's other additional pop-up shows and things going on there and characters to see and meet. So there's a fair bit going on. So and you got to stay for the 5 o'clock parade for the actual Heroes and Villains parade. Hope that helps. For lunch, if you want to go to, say, depends on what you like to eat. I like the outdoor kitchen. If you want to nachos, tacos, that kind of thing, burritos. But if you want to just burger, chips, Gotham City Cafe, they have a QR code you can scan and then just order on your phone and pay and then just pick it up rather than stand in a big queue. So you can save time there as well. Yeah, hope that helps. You just have fun. You can get all your info off the app. If you haven't got the app, download the app. Village Roadshow Theme Parks. All right. Dreamworld is doing 2 trains these holidays. I heard the Village Roadshow is doing 1. Is it true? You talking about like still Taipan? I would assume so, that they would be. Yeah, I'm not sure about Movie World. Haven't really taken any notice of that. Someone else may know that's been there today or yesterday or the day before, and they might be able to have an idea if there's 2 trains running on that or Superman. I'm not too sure on that one. Usually they do, but unless they're unable to for whatever reason. What's my favorite Dreamworld ride? It would probably have to be Jungle Rush at the moment. Definitely. More rides. Yeah, they probably are doing. They probably are going to make an announcement of more rides or maybe a whole new land. Maybe they're going to say whole new land's coming in. You never know. That could be exciting. When do I think Scooby will be open? Well, I'm hoping for September, but I think maybe realistically it'll be December. But it is definitely this year. They've definitely committed to this year. So that's what we're hoping for. Hopefully nothing more goes wrong with that. I'm going to DC Heroes on Friday. Can't wait. Excellent. Yes, you will love it. It's a great event, that one. Hoping this Dreamworld announcement is some form of modern Tower of Terror. Wow, yeah, it could be. Yeah, true. That the teasers have been related to the tower, haven't they? You're right. You're absolutely right. Either that, or they're just saying it's such a big announcement, like the Tower of Terror, but it could all be linked. You're quite right. It could all be linked. Absolutely. Hopefully they announce it real soon. I don't know what they're waiting for. Anyway, what do I think will replace the spot where the old Big Brother, the audience building was? Yeah, well, that's true. That is still on their land, but the house wasn't on their land, but that part, audience and all that, was definitely on their land. So, yeah, I don't really know. I think that might be forming part of their future development. So it could be, because I know they want to do a precinct, so like a city walk, where they have, or Disney Springs, where they have all the shops and restaurants and cafes outside the park. So it could be. That could be the announcement that's going ahead first. You never know. So, Snacks is saying, yeah, fast track is a must if you can afford it. Yeah, during the holidays, you're right. Or single rider. Keep that in mind. Single rider is an option, even if there's more than one of you. Like, as in, if you don't mind being sort of separated, and sometimes you're on the same train, sometimes you're not, but it's less wait time, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. They probably, Anton, they probably will use that Doomsday area for Fright Nights like they did last year. But I think if they could do a little bit better, like a bit more in there, I think it'd be cool. Is it busy after the holidays? No, it's not really. During the week, no. Weekends are still always reasonably steady and pretty decent at like Movie World and even Dreamworld and that. So, but during the weekdays, if you manage to get a weekday off, yeah, you'll find that you'll be able to get in and get rides done very fast. Definitely. What's the cheapest Village Roadshow pass? Well, I think at the moment, I don't know, but I just had to get a new pass. So, but mine's a renewal. So there was a special for renewal for $199. So, I think it's normally 250, is it, or 20? I don't know. It's up 200 and something for sure. But I think if you're buying for the first time, it's up there. But I think there's a couple of options now. I think there's a light pass. So the light one doesn't include White Christmas or like Spooky Nights or Carnival. It's just theme parks, no extra events. So that's probably cheaper. And so it just depends what you want to do. Definitely hop onto their app. You can go through where it says buy tickets, and it has all the breakdown and what's included. So check that out for sure. The best place. Hey, Kira, the best place to sit for the parade at Movie World for the heroes and villains is next to the Wizard of Oz shop. Yeah, I'd actually heard that was definitely probably the best. So the years gone by, it was more down by Roxy, I think, but I think it's definitely, you're right. I think it's definitely up there. So thanks for that info. Also for everyone that's wanting to go. So, yeah, it's just, I think most of the action, they got the fight scene back, but we'll touch back on that anyway. I highly recommend wearing a DC or Scooby-Doo shirt at Movie World. You will get a lot of fun getting reactions out of the characters. That's a good point, Liam. Absolutely right. They do love it when they see like themselves on a shirt or something relating to the character. Absolutely right. Definitely do it. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate checking out the content. Is if Justice League closed, what would replace it? I reckon they need to put back what was originally there. Those simulators, that original Bat Ride was still, I think, really cool. It was a shame they got rid of it. Instead of just updating the technology, they decided to get rid of it. Then I think something more like that again, that kind of an experience simulator. Definitely they're still popular. That's what I'd like to see in there. Or just some other different kind of themed dark ride, maybe that maybe takes up a bigger area. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty big space, but we'll see. I don't know anything yet about the Fright Night mazes this year in terms of which ones they're going to be having. It's funny because Universal, they've released all theirs, but most of theirs, I think. So there's no chance I'll be able to get over to America again this year, but I think they're having a Terrifier maze as well, and I think is it Friday the 13th? I think, they're having a couple of classic ones return, which is really cool. I think it's Friday the 13th. One day I'd love to get over there to do that. What else we got? Again, if I miss your comments, apologies. They're flicking past me, and then I think I've got them all, and then I probably haven't. What do you think Movie World should spend their money on? Some proper rides like I see you're saying because Dreamworld have outdone themselves now. I think whatever they do, they gotta go hard on the theming like Dreamworld did. Dreamworld spent for Rivertown, I think from memory, the coaster was I can't quite remember now. I think the coaster was 30 million. No, I think the coaster was 15 million, and they spent 30 million on the area or something like that for the theming. Whatever it was like double or that amount again on the theming plus more. Like, and you can see it. It's totally like authentic. It looks so good. Yeah. So yeah, I think these days and with what's happening around the world and all the other parks, like Epic Universe and those parks, they really need to, up it. If they want people to come here from overseas, they need to up it. Invest the money, people will come. Someone saying they can use companion passes, so that's always good to use if you're able to. Hey Jason, I went to Movie World today. Going again tomorrow. It was so much to fit in today, yeah. And that's the thing. What I find trying to even just film one of those events for you guys to cover everything off. It's a full on day. Like, it's full on. So I mean, I enjoy that obviously. So yeah, I've like what do I do? Just to give you an idea, I actually plan. I go on the app. I plan everything out, show times, everything, and then I've got to go and follow that the whole day. So these are like just so I capture everything, and don't miss anything that's specific to the event as such. I mean, obviously my video will be about the event, not so much on anything else at Movie World because there's plenty of other videos on all that stuff. This is the event, so it's all on the event. But yeah. Have I heard of a British artist named Youngblood? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Are they going to put the Big Brother house back at Dreamworld? Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I don't know where the talk of that came from, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that. That'd be cool, though. That would be cool. Do you think that if Scooby-Doo doesn't live up to the hype, it will hurt Movie World's reputation? Look, end of the day, Scooby's just they're not gonna there's no chance they would make it worse, right? So, if anything, it should be a much better ride experience, and it should be true to the original, I think. So I don't think we'll have to go down that path. But I hope not. You never know, but I hope not. I'm pretty sure they know how important that IP is for movie worlds. So I think they're going to make it really cool. Hey John, do you have all? Dreamworld have all the Rocky Hollow area? Yeah, absolutely. That's a massive area, isn't it? So right from where all the queue line was, right down the back, where the big structure was, and the drop and everything. It's a big area. Yeah, I'd like to see an expansion out there for sure. I mean, imagine a whole nother land. Maybe that's the announcement. A whole new land, because remember, there's also spare land on the other side where Thunderbolt used to be, like where the ice slide kind of is now for Winterfest behind there, like where the circus and monster trucks were years gone by. Maybe they're announcing a whole new land. I'll put my money on that. A whole new land. Which land, I have no idea, but maybe a whole new land, like how they did Rivertown and they had the the rides and everything in there. Maybe this is completely a whole new land. Let's cross our fingers. Or an awesome ride. If you have a companion card, that's handy. Like the big, I think you're talking about the companion card. Yeah, definitely. That's pretty cool. Rick's, don't know why Village Roadshow got rid of virtual queue, because that's kind of fast track and it was free. I think you said it right there, because it was free. They probably thought we need to make money, so let's get rid of the free option. Mate, you're right though. It was so cool getting that. Yep, another thing they took away. Unfortunately, but there would have been obviously a business case, a thought process, as to why. They do need to make money. It's a business, and for them to put more rides and attractions in and new things and like that, they need revenue. So that's got to come from what's got to come from ticket sales, fast track sales, which is like comes under retail, food and beverage. That's it. So they need to. I know they have business analysts that are looking at every aspect of the business and where they can move the needle to make additional revenue, and they have to. It's a business, and we want new rides, so they've got to make them more money to be able to put the rides in, right? So, yeah. Is it busy non-holiday weekends? It's always pretty busy, but I wouldn't say it's hectic, but sometimes a couple of the bigger rides like Hypercoaster and maybe Superman, sometimes they will bump out to quite a bit longer. But here's a hot tip: it's probably not that secretive or anything, but if there's a little bit of rain around, as long as it's not storming and you don't mind wearing a poncho or a wet weather gear, whatever, there's pretty much no queues or very little queues when it's raining. So, yeah, I'd recommend that. I've been plenty of times, and it's just walk on almost to everything. So, there's an option. Costco have a 7-day pass for $165. Yeah, actually, if you are a Costco member, you're right. They do actually sell deals like that. So 7 days, 165. I think that might be. Is that Village? I know they have a Dreamworld and a Village Roadshow offer there. So yeah, if anyone's family members have a Costco membership, go in and check that out as well. How's the new water slider Wet and Wild going? Yep. So at the moment it's last I checked, which was last weekend, the pieces are still like I've posted a photo a couple of weeks ago, a couple of photos. The slides have arrived. Obviously, they're all in pieces. They're on site. They just got to go through the assembly. My thoughts are, as soon as these holidays are done, they'll probably start putting that up. They are doing a lot of work around the base, like for water, power, foundation work, that kind of thing, and then those pieces will just go together like a Lego set pretty quickly. So, but yeah, nothing further at the moment. So. It'd be quite cool if Dreamworld could do parades like Movie World. Yeah, I reckon absolutely. Like years gone by, they have done events and parades and things. So yeah, like I mean, everyone loves a good parade. When I was at Universal, the Mega Movie Parade was on. I've got that's in the video that I dropped a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I think as long as it's done right and it's cool and it's upbeat and exciting, I think it would be good if Dreamworld had some kind of parade. Well, actually, they do have a parade. It's all the food trucks coming in at 3 o'clock. That's the parade at the moment. It's jokes, but yeah. What have we got here? Damien Gauchi, my friend. How are you? Thanks for jumping on. Hi to your family as well. Hope everyone's well down there in Victoria. Thanks for jumping on. Jordan, how are you, mate? Joseph, any idea when White Christmas tickets will go on sale? I'm up there in December. Want to go. Don't want to miss out on the dates while I'm there. Not at this point, but I think from memory, it might be around September, October, maybe. Could even be sooner. You never know. But I'll just keep on the webs or the app or the website. Or you could maybe email the park. They may share that info. So you never know. Christy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You too. Have a good week. Another new roller coaster at Dreamworld would be cool. It would definitely be cool. A big one. Last week on Friday, Rex thought it would have been a good day to go out to Movie World. Which it was, but Superman was closed. That's right. Yeah, it was too. I heard that. Not sure. Should be all open now, though. I'm pretty sure it is open now. What do I think of the ugly fence outside Wild West Falls? Yeah, it's crazy that it went taller. It's the same fence. It's exactly the same design, style of fence, but taller now and with those other pieces on top. Someone must have got over and got into the garden to retrieve something, but then that poses a massive hazard or risk if they were to slip and go into the ride footprint or into the actual ride. That's a danger. So they've got to. That's probably they would have done a risk assessments. The health and safety team would have been involved, and that would have been the most suitable outcome for the park is to raise the height of the fence. So it's it would have to have been due to something that's potentially happened or a near miss or something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess it doesn't look amazing, but it is what it is. Dreamworld's based on more kids rides and thrilling rides. Yeah, Wacko, you're right. Their demographic is the young families, right? So, but I guess if you think about Taipan and Giant Drop particularly, they're definitely thrill rides. Motor coasters, it's a family ride. Jungle Rush is family rides. I think it's a good mix. I think it's a good mix, but I think it needs another thrill ride. Definitely needs another thrill ride for sure. There's been a lot of focus on the family rides, which is great. It's their demographic, and now it's time to put another big one in. I think you're bang on there. There needs to be another thrill ride there. I want to see the steam paddle steamer back at Dreamworld and a log flume where motor coaster is. Yep, for sure. That would fit nicely, wouldn't it, Pam? So yeah, my thoughts on the paddle steamer is I don't think they'll bring it back because if you look at Jane's restaurant, look at the bar. The bar is made to be a boat. If you stand back, it's actually a boat, like a long boat, and it's got the red and white striped sort of canvas roof. I think they're going to do like a Disney Jungle Cruise type of style of attraction in that river. Think about multiple boats that they could do, multiple people and different rides, space them apart, have some animatronic animals in there. We know they can do animatronics, like in Jane's, and maybe they can have some live actors through there again at certain times of the day, and just different theming in there as well. I think would be so cool. They look cool having all these jungle boats because it's supposed to be a river town, like in a jungle, but in the river town and everything. So I think that's what I think they'll do. Again, don't know, could be wrong. I mean, look, seeing a paddle steamer there would be incredible. Don't get me wrong. I think that's definitely awesome. But I think they will go, we've done that. Let's do something different, but same kind of style thing. I don't know. What do you think? Let's yeah. It could be that, could be something different. What do you think the movie world's new restaurant is going to be? I think it's going to be like Jane's Rivertown restaurant vibe. Okay, no, it's actually not a restaurant. Or everyone's sort of saying it's a restaurant. It's a restaurant. Look, I know they announced that there'd be some new dining options in park and things like that. So it's not a restaurant, but it is a venue. Okay, so can't say too much, but you'll see in the next probably couple of weeks when you see it taking more shape, you'll actually go, that's what it is. So it is a venue. Yes, there'll be some food served there. Essentially, it's not a restaurant though, but it's an exciting venue for the front of the park. It's going to work so well. I love the way that they've said how they're going to theme it. It's exciting. And yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. I'll probably be in there a fair bit. And it'll be utilized for events such as Fright Night's cocktail, like pre-event cocktail party that they had down at Rick's courtyard. They'll probably use a venue like that for something like that. Watch this space. Straws, hey, how are you, my friend? What do you reckon Dreamworld's big announcement is? Yes, well, you're hoping for Tower 3. Maybe. That is, you know what? That's someone else mentioned before. Could be something to do with the tower, and quite could be because they keep featuring themselves on the top of the tower. But I don't know. I think they're just using that as like, hey, there's a big announcement, like big, like giant drop big. My thoughts again. Everyone has a different opinion, and you're probably your view could be correct. That'd be cool. I think a whole new land, a brand new land, maybe at that side where the old log flume was, and then if they're going to do another log flume, that might be where Motor Coaster currently is, or the land behind, where Thunderbolt used to be, so like next to the water park, kind of behind where the ice slide is currently set up. Maybe in there where they have the circus and the monster trucks. Bit of land out there. Look, who knows? But I think a whole new land, and I think it's got to have a thrill ride or a bigger ride that's a bit more thrilling. Maybe still family, but a bit more thrilling. That's what I'd like to see. Something really cool like that, and maybe even an IP based. They probably won't go an IP because of the costs, and they know they can do it well themselves on their own IPs, I guess. Australiana, but we'll see. It's exciting, and we can't wait. We're all waiting with bated breath to see what they're going to, announce and when. We don't know when either, so they're holding their cards close to their chest with a few little whispers of big announcement coming soon. So I love it how they went, and the big announcement is on, and then they cut the video. So yeah, they love seeing us all going, come on. Anyway, hopefully very soon, I reckon after the holidays, they'll probably do something, announcement then. So we'll see. We shall see. Any news of Scooby-Doo? As far as we know, it's the end of this year. So that could be December, most likely. But there's a chance it could be September. Well, I'm hoping for September. I want to write it. So, but, I mean, it could be December too. Definitely this year. It'd be cool if Star Wars came back to Dreamworld. Yeah, that's right. 2017, they did a Star Wars Day, and they did parade and all that. It was really cool, wasn't it? But now that Disney's bought Star Wars or owns it, I don't think they can actually get away with using that as IP anymore or at all in the park. I think there's some kind of restrictions there. So they may not. We'll have to wait and see. Do I like Rivertown or Wizard of Oz? Probably Wizard of Oz. Sorry, I like them both, but Rivertown for me is my favorite. I love the feeling of it all. I mean, I like Wizard of Oz. I like the movie. I like what they've done. I like the rides. They're cool. But for me, it's Rivertown. It's Rivertown. I'm just going to take a quick drink of this ice cold, delicious Peninsula Springs water, spring water. It's delicious, by the way. Delicious. Anyway, all right. So, bigger giant drop, possibly. Upgrade for Shockwave. Make it another loop, another S bend in it. When am I going to the event? Some stage on the weekend. Not sure what day. Possibly Sunday. What have we got here? What have we got? Hey Shane, I'm going to move tomorrow. It's going to be packed. Want to avoid the queues. Any advice? If you can go single rider on anything, use that for sure. Also, queue up to the front gate early. The park and rides both open at 10. I would probably, if you can, get there by 9 or quarter past. Get toward the front of the queue. At least then choose the ride you want to ride the most. That'll have the biggest queue. It's probably going to be DC Rivals, Hypercoaster, or Superman. But probably Hypercoaster. Get there, get that done. Then maybe race to, depends what you want to do. Maybe Superman next or Green Lantern. And maybe use single rider if you can. Look, if you're with someone else, end of the day, you could still be on the same train ride. You'll just be split. But if you're not on the same train, there'll be the one after it anyway. So realistically, that is an easier way to get through the day. Or if you can fork out for fast track, it's not cheap, but like it's really not cheap. But I mean, that's another option if you're limited for time, or if you can go multiple days, spread it out over a few days. So yeah, it's going to be busy. School holidays. What you'll find though is this week won't be as busy as next week, because next week New South Wales and I think and Victoria are also going to be on holidays, and that's when it's the busiest. It's the absolute busiest. Not from this weekend necessarily, but from Monday. So keep that in mind as well, those of you playing at home. Okay, and again, I just want to say thanks so much to everyone jumping on tonight. I really appreciate you all. If I've missed your comment, just pop it down again. It's not intentional at all. There's so many scrolling through, and I know I've probably missed some. So, and you can always DM me on Instagram. I will always reply, even if it's not immediately. I always reply. Michael took myself to Paradise Country for the first time. It was definitely brilliant for the kids, just not for me, 42-year-old. I'm hearing you, mate. I'm hearing you. It is a cool little property, right? And if you do like the shows, I really liked I like the shows like the Billy Tea boiling. And if you sat there and you all got to try the tea, the bush, the Billy Tea at the end, I think that was cool. The Stockman show is pretty cool. It's good. And maybe not the Shaun the Sheep show. That's for the kids, I guess. But they used to have sheep shearing, obviously, back in the day when all the internationals were over. They had to alternate or change that up. But it's pretty interactive with the animals. It's a really nice little property. The restaurant's really nice, especially they do some good steaks and that in there. But yeah, it's really not a full day at all. It's probably a few hour visit, I think, 3 hours maybe. A couple of cool little things you can do in there, like the opal mining, gold panning. It's a pretty cool little attraction. It is probably more get up for the younger kids, you're right. But what a lot of families do is they do the farm stay at the just behind it there. And the restaurant's open and do things at night with their campfire and things. It's pretty cool. So look into all that, and it's a good little family experience, absolutely. But if you're going by yourself, look, I only go there once a year, if that. Like, if nothing's changed, then my video will be no different. So I don't have a really a purpose to film if nothing's changed, right? So I could just literally post the last video with a different thumbnail, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not, unless a new attraction opens up, I'll go and feature it, of course. But it's still pretty cool. In the restaurant, they have the little monkeys. There's a glass, like you see, you're eating lunch, you can see them running around behind the glass. You can go up and have a look. They're so tiny and so cute. You know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good little visit for the families. Can I apply to be a scare actor at 14 and 11 months? Excuse me. I don't want to give you any misleading information. I'm not too sure what the age requirements are, but I think they're already advertising. I think I would go to Village Roadshow Theme Park's website, and there should always be a careers tab, and they've probably got a seasonal hire for actors, scare actors, and all the details would be there. What the age group is as well. I'm really not too sure. Sorry, I'm not too clear on the age that they would be hiring for. I know for like a normal retail or food and beverage job, that age is fine. I'm just not sure for the scare actors. I'm thinking it might be a little older. I'm not sure. Definitely check out the website or send them an email as well. Show up early and get on your favorite ride first. That's all you can do. Reality, yeah, absolutely right. That's definitely the best. Thoughts on the Mimic? The Mimic. Did I miss something? What's the Mimic? Forgive me if I've overlooked something there. Jordan, tell me what that is. Adam, hey mate, did you end up getting the Dasani, the Batu water bottle from Galaxy's Edge? I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge, so no. But I'm sure if I go there, I'd be getting that for sure. Absolutely. Rix, if movie world is planning for new rides, I hope it will be Aquaman, because it would be quite cool, especially if the theming something similar to the new Atlantis at SeaWorld. That would be cool. It's a DC IP, so they can use it. You never know, Rix. You never know. A Mimic attraction rumored to come to Dreamworld, you reckon? I must have missed that. So I don't even know what that is. Mimic attraction. I'll just have a look, unless someone can tell me what it is. Someone tell me what it is. I can't find it. Everyone else is asking, hey, what's the Mimic attraction? Or are you saying it's like when it mimics something, it's a copying another something from somewhere else, maybe? Hey, John, Superman, Green Lantern, DC Rivals is probably the best way to do it. yeah, and a bit of a circuit, you're right. And then Space Shot, Flash, Speed Force. I know you've probably done that many a time. So there you go. GC Party Buses. He recommends Superman first, then Green Lantern, then the Rivals Hypercoaster, and then Space Shot, and then Speed Force. There you go. He's a local. He'd know. Making a Bluey land in Dreamworld. I could pretty much say, well, you know what? It could be a possibility. It could in fact be a possibility. I know the current Bluey's World got extended for another year, so maybe they're looking for a home after that. I thought it would be good if it would tour Australia, but if they did make a home base for it, Dreamworld, it fits the IP. Absolutely. I know that the company, I think it's the BBC that owns Bluey. I know they're kind of hard to deal with, because I know Dreamworld's actually they had a Bluey show at Dreamworld quite a few years ago now. And there was talk then about doing something with them in the park, but what they were wanting wasn't really what you'd put in a theme park. Like from a theme park mindset, you want guests to have a certain experience. I think their mindset is no, it needs to be like this kind of experience, which doesn't really fit a theme park experience. So they wanted two different things, and it was a bit hard to. So they couldn't come to an agreement. So hence they just did the show. Maybe they've come to an agreement now. You never know. That's a good point. Let's say that you put money on that one, and we'll see. Let's see what happens. Could be a Bluey world. That would be cool. Hey Dane, thanks for jumping on. I'd like to see the characters do autographs like at Disney. Yeah, it's cool when they do that. Although what I found when I was in Disney is like all I wanted to do was have a photo with Mickey Mouse, and there he is trying to write on these kids' books, 12 pages of autographs, trying to look through. You can see the head like on a real angle, trying to look through the nostrils of the mask type of thing, right? So try and write. I don't know. I think from efficiencies for here, I don't know if they'd have the capacity to do that. However, they could do something like maybe you could drop something somewhere and then get a photo of them signing your item or something. I don't know, to make it a bit more quicker process. But yeah, something extra like that would be pretty cool. Definitely. All right. So feels like the teaser saying big is hinting for more thrill based things. Yeah, I'm thinking thrill based. I'm thinking new land with thrill based rides. That's what I'm thinking too. I think you're right. What's this? I'm a big fan of the British artist Youngblood. He made a new music video with. Okay, cool, awesome. This conversations for more theme parks. I'm not really. I'm not sure. I've heard of the artist, absolutely, but yeah, that's let's keep it to the theme park chat. That'd be cool. Anton, want to try Bluey's World when you're up in October? Staying on the GC, is there much parking at Bluey's World attraction? Yeah, there is actually quite a bit of parking around near there, and next door there's actually a big car park specifically for there. So there is car parking, or you can, if you're going to go to the CBD, actually what you could do if you stay, this would be good actually. If you're staying in the GC, depending on where you stay, if you say you're staying near Surfers, you can jump on a tram, right, to Helensvale, 50 cents. Get off at Helensvale, then jump on a train to Brisbane, go to the CBD, which is Roma Street, 50 cents. Again, 50 cents. Jump on a ferry on the Brisbane River. There's two ferries that are actually done up like Bluey and Bandit, I think it is. Or I think so. I could get that wrong, but there's two Bluey character vessels. So again, 50 cents. It takes you to Bluey's World. It docks at Bluey's World. I mean, it's a bit of a journey, but it's an adventure. You could do that. No stress, no parking, and you've only spent, so what's that, $1.50, $2. $2 to get there, $2 to get back, it's $4. Parking is free though on site, but petrol and everything depends how much time you got. If you've only got a little bit of time, you probably want to drive. But just letting you know, you can do it that way. And a lot of people like to do that to make it a bit more of an outing or an adventure or a day out. Because the Bluey's attraction is over and done with. Well, the walkthrough itself is about 45 minutes, maybe at best. You can stay in the neighborhood part outside for maybe another, as long as you want, actually. But I think I was there another good half hour. Again, because I was filming, I was looking, I had something to eat. If you haven't seen my video, I have a full video on my experience. They don't allow you, even though some content creators got away with sneaky filming inside the actual house, they're quite strict on no filming inside the house. So I didn't film inside the house. I filmed the front of the house and then the neighborhood part, which you're allowed to film, just not in the house itself. And they don't want the experience, I suppose, ruined. So Not that I would show the whole experience from start to finish, but anyway, that's their rules. So that was what I did, follow the rules. So you're not really up there. That maybe 2 hours you'd be in and out, I'd say, depending on the queues. But it's done in sessions, I believe. That's just purely for queuing reasons. So, surely this hype just can't be due to Big Brother. Yeah, I agree. They need to move on their next project since King Claw we've done in a few months. Yeah, you're right. King Claw is trucking along, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, maybe if they did Bluesville, they have to do some kind of ride, but it'll be another kids area, and I don't know if they'll necessarily do that, another kids area. I know it's their demographic, but I think they need to be. They're hyping this up, like you said. Needs to be a thrill ride for sure. All good, Anton. No problem, mate. Straws. Oh, he's at Jane's theme park. Do you reckon the tower has anything to do with it's coming? Yeah, I mean, Dane will have his response, but obviously, yes, I think you're right. It's probably got something to do with it. Either it does, or it's just an analogy, like big announcement on top of a big tower. It's this big, you know what I mean? So it could be one of both things. We don't know, and they're not telling us, and they're probably just laughing, going, "Ha, these guys are all speculating. Let's sit back and get our popcorn out and watch all the speculation." But hey, it's fun speculating, right? As well. So there's lots of cool things, and then you think, okay, would that be a reality? If they were going to do a Tower of Terror 3 Straws, it would have to be a different design. Yeah, because obviously, well, the other one costed a huge amount of money to operate, so it would have to be some new launch system for sure. But that would be cool. Absolutely. Jordan, what's the mimic attraction? Tell us, please. What is it? Yeah, true, Dane. They did use that for King Claw, didn't they? Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see. It's going to be exciting. Anyway, I just hope it is. I hope it lives up to the hype. That's all I hope. I think I may have caught up with all the comments again. If I've missed your comment, just pop it in again. There's no intention of missing anyone's comments there. It's purely just sometimes they just go up too fast, and I think I'm caught up, and maybe sometimes I'm not. Anyway, okay. Thanks, Jordan. Okay, so the Mimic attraction is basically a Tower of Terror 3 themed to the Mimic. Okay, so I'm not up to the play of what's the Mimic is the question. Mimic. Is that a gaming thing? Is it a movie? What is it? Let's someone put the answer in the chat. I guess horror game. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe, but does that fit the Dreamworld theme? I don't know. Could be a King the Car. Oh, how good would that be? Actually, now that would be a big announcement. Having a ride like that. I mean, that would be. Is that like Top Thrill as well? That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible having something like that there. So, Dane, could be a coin. Yeah. It could be a coin. That's right. Could be a coin. Love it. All right. So, should I pack a lunch at Movie World? I'm going to take my Superman figure to show Superman. I think you can pack a lunch, but I think you might have to say it's for dietary requirements. All right. So, because generally, I think as long as it's not like, say, for example, McDonald's or, a commercial other like Hungry Jack's, KFC, as long as it's nothing like that, I think if it's a homemade sandwich and an apple and, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think you'll be okay. And you will save a bit of money, obviously, for sure, if you need to do that. What time would Movie World close for these DC events? So basically, it's like 5:30. So the parade's on at 5. I think the rides shut at, actually, I'll bring it up on the app, but I think it's 10 till 5. I don't think there's any change in that. But the parade for the DC heroes and heroes and villains is, I think, 5 p.m. So let's see. Info park hours. It's 5:30. All right. So, okay. So the gate is 10 to 5:30. Rides and attractions are 10 till 5. So the last ride's at 5 o'clock. So then the time they filter everybody out, and by the time the parade's finished, 5:30, park's shut. That's it. So it's not open any longer. 5:30, that done and dusted. But you got to watch that 5 o'clock parade, DC Heroes and Villains parade. Definitely worth watching for sure. Right. And I got plenty of comments coming through. Thanks so much, everyone. Appreciate comments and appreciate you all being on here on your Wednesday night. I appreciate you taking the time out and having a chat around all this stuff. It's pretty cool. New heroes. We've got a Black Canary, yep, and we've got Lex Luthor villain at Movie World, which is really cool to see. We'll talk about that in a sec. We'll get to that. What time? We spoke about that. Cool. Yeah. So it closed at 5:30. Also, Kansas Twister last week, not really worth it. What's your thoughts? I don't mind that ride. I mean, when they're both running, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and each one has a slightly different experience. I think one's slightly longer, or one might be slightly shorter, whichever way you look at it. You know what I mean? So anyway, look, it is a family ride. It's not it's not a thrill ride. I like them. I mean, I like any coaster. I mean, I've been on, massive big coasters, Velocicoaster, Stardust races, incredible. Like, blows anything out of the water that's even in Australia. Like, blows out of the water. So, but I still enjoy riding, rides like that. It's still fun. It is what it is, So, but yeah, just don't compare it to, Hypercoaster, or don't compare it to something overseas, because it is that coaster. It is what it is. It's a dueling boomerang coaster, and it's a family coaster. And the families enjoy it together. They take their little kids on it, and they all enjoy it, which is really cool. All right, what have we got? Comments. Old Taratera building is still there. That's right. I know there is a future plan for that, and I don't think it involves a ride. So, however, you never know. You never know. Plans can change all the time. Jungle Cruise type of attraction for Rivertown? Absolutely, Anton. That's what I'm thinking. Aston's saying it better not be a kids attraction. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. It should definitely be Thrill, the next ride. Jordan's he's saying it's based on Five Nights at Freddy's, right? I know what that is. So, okay, gotcha. That'd be cool. Absolutely. If they can get that IP, that would be really awesome. Absolutely. What have we got here? King Claw Construction's going fast. Sure is. I posted a quick update. I'm just doing shorts videos on those guys for King Claw Construction. Realistically, in 1 minute, I can give you the full update of what's happening with King Claw. So hopefully you're watching my shorts videos. Pretty much once a week I'll do that. Or not necessarily weekly, because if nothing's visually changed, I'm not going to do one. But like I think it was 2 weeks between the last two I did, and that's because there was significant change. I will always post some photos on Instagram. So if you're not following my Instagram account, it's at jaggsjourneysau. Make sure you follow that because some of you kind people that are on here tonight and others send me photos. People that visit the parks during the week, I'm unable to. I work a full-time job Monday to Friday and long hours, big hours, start early, get home late. So I'm very thankful for all the content I get sent. Some people say, "Oh, I see you posting all day. You're at the parks every day." Well, no, I'm not. I schedule all my content because that's the only way to do it. And anyone who sends something through, I usually will post it then probably the following day. Like I'll schedule it, or sometimes my wife will jump on during, like if she's on a lunch break and sees something come through, she'll post that to Instagram for me as well. So yeah, keep an eye on that because we get some updates during the week. Again, just to keep you guys updated on what's happening at park level, the Gold Coast parks. And then if it's significant or worth it, definitely I'll then scoot around and make a video for you guys. But I think for the construction ones, I'm going to stick to the shorts content. It's short and sharp, gets to the point, and visually gives you the update. So hopefully that's okay for you guys. And we'll keep the full length videos to events and other things that are happening around the parks. I've still got other, and by the way, if you haven't watched any of my international, like my Epic Universe or Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure in Florida, America content, jump on and have a look. I know even if you're like, I'm never going to go there, why should I watch it? You obviously love theme parks, so check them out because it's interesting to see what they do and what they can spend and what they can do with their money versus what we can or can't do here. But it really gives you another sense of, wow, what theme parks are doing overseas. Next level stuff. Next level. Blows your mind. It's incredible. And, I'm there. I'm telling you all about it and stuff. So check them out. Okay, I know you prefer the content in terms of these parks because you're going to go to these parks and, we all visit these parks. So I get it. But, yeah, it's something different. Check them out. But Instagram will always drop a lot of stuff. I've got some Singapore content coming out too. Obviously, I visited Singapore as well. Universal Studios also did a couple of other attractions in Singapore. Those videos will just come out sort of over time. Like, obviously, I'm obviously going to keep up with the current events and things that are happening here in the Gold Coast, and then I'll drop my other content in between that stuff for you guys, just so you can see what it's all about. So, and those of you that jumped on my live stream while I was at Universal Singapore, got to have a walk around and see Singapore Universal Studios in a live stream. So thanks for those that did jump on that night for that. That was a bit of a surprise one. And then, yeah, but there's a whole video I'm still working on. So heaps of content still to come on this channel. Bit of a mixture, local Gold Coast content, of course, and bit of international theme park content sort of peppered into there. So yeah, probably won't do any travel for a while. Got no more annual leave at work, so can't go anywhere. But that's cool. I know you guys prefer this content. So anyway, moving on, rambling on. Let's have a look. What's next for SeaWorld? Good question, Aston. But we want to know the same thing. What is next for SeaWorld? I'm hoping a new ride, an attraction, maybe down the back end of the park to bring people down there. But it's got to be big, and again, it's just got to be a draw card. Like you got to go type of thing. So I don't know. It needs to be something deep. If they need to look at the SeaWorld parks in the US and the rides that they do there and go, right, that's what we need to do here. Why not just copy or get the idea from them and sort of change it slightly? Like, why not do that? It needs it. I need something decent. I wish they'd bring back Bermuda Triangle, but anyway, we know that's never going to happen. All right. By the way, if you're looking for a ice cold refreshing water, this is the go-to. None of that Mount Franklin and Coolidge stuff. Peninsula Springs, natural spring water, Australian spring water, absolutely refreshing. Love it. Live on that stuff. Anyway, moving on. Have you had people come up to you in public? You haven't been filming and haven't been in the park? Not really. No. That's why I wear this in the park, and when I'm outside the park, I don't. So I have two identities. Clark Kent. But yeah, and the whole idea is, you watch a channel, you see me on the video, you see me in the park, and you associate that with the videos. Then when I'm not at the parks, I'm at Bunnings or whatever, doing the shopping. Yeah. In fact, it's funny, people that know me quite well within the theme parks have literally walked. I've actually gone into one of the theme parks on a weekend. I think going to get something or whatever. Wasn't wearing any of this. I got people that stood next to me, didn't even blink an eyelid. So there you go. Disguise. Anyway, so there's a new Superman movie coming out too, by the way. July. That should be interesting, pretty cool. So Jordan's saying temporary signage for the Mimic attraction has been spotted by staff members taking it backstage. Well, I mean, that is a big. That's big, right? That's big news, definitely. You're onto something there. So if that's true, you heard it here first from Jordan. All right, Jordan's given us the lowdown. So he might have just spilled the beans on what is the new big attraction. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if Jordan's right. He could well be right. So there you go. And then it might tie into, what other people are saying about the giant drop, like straws and all that. Like it could be, you could be bang on there. I reckon they should announce it really soon. Maybe after Winterfest to not take the focus off Winterfest, if you know what I mean. I think they'll wait until after then. Could be wrong. Could be tonight. Who knows? Anton saying really enjoyed my Universal Florida video. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Enjoyed your perspective on international parks and attractions. Keep the international content coming. I'll try. It's very costly. Well, that trip wasn't so costly for me. It's still costly with food and Uber or whatever you're doing to get around. And obviously time off work. So I wish, one day I could do YouTube full time. That'd be a dream, I guess. But reality is, realistically, it doesn't make any sort of money enough to fund it fully. So you never know. And maybe in like 50 years time, it might. You never know. And by then I'll be, 51. Anyway, we'll see. I swear Riley's in America more than in Australia. He's had 3 years in a row, and 3 years in a row he's done 3 big trips. He's also done Europe. So he went over to Florida, I think, for a week and did the Disney parks and opening day for Epic. And then he's been in Europe doing his wheel challenge as well. So we're due to record our next podcast next week. So the end of next week will be another Theme Park Cartel podcast episode. So he's back. He came back last week. So that will be a trip report from Riley. So if you aren't already following the Theme Park Cartel podcast, do follow us on Spotify and pretty much most streaming platforms. You can find us on there, and yeah, you'll hear all sorts of, like, as we've all come back and we've all done trip reports and all that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of info on there. There's a bit of news and that kind of thing. We chat about the events and all sorts of stuff as well. So we'll be looking forward to hearing about all of his adventures. Definitely sounds exciting. When will King Claw open? Okay, it does not go upside down. That's been confirmed. It does not go upside down, and it's due to open at the back end of this year. So, as every other attraction, they pretty much have opened mid to late December. So, in line with the kind of the holidays there. I'm guessing that's when there is possibility, small chance it might be ready for September, and you never know. Bang, they could have it ready for then. And the way it's going, it seems like it could probably be ready for then. But saying that, what in July, 2 months, I don't know. There's still a fair bit of. I mean, it looks like all the parts are there now. That obviously we've already shown you the poles and the pendulum, the motor. It's all out there in the car park. So they just got to get all the groundwork finished, I guess, and everything's set ready for the poles to go up. I reckon those poles will go up literally any week now. I think all of a sudden we'll start seeing posts of people that have caught them putting the poles up. I'm sure that'll happen really soon. So it certainly is going on really fast. Have I heard of Parks Forum? I've heard of Parks Forum, but I don't go on there. I've been around for years though, I believe. Just don't. I don't really go on forums, to be honest with you guys. I just don't have the time. I'll be absolutely honest. I'm very, very, very busy person, probably like most people these days. I do this every Wednesday, and every other Wednesday I do the podcast. I work long hours, and I film on a Saturday usually, depending on if I've got other things going on the weekend. Sometimes I'll film on the Sunday. But generally, if I film on the Sunday, I'll probably release on the Monday. Film Saturday, release Sunday. And just, life, other chores and things I got to do. Everyone else has to do. So I just don't have time to sit there and go through forums and things. So I've actually never, probably like years and years ago before I was on YouTube, I'd gone and read some of the stuff on parks, and that's all right. Those guys do a good job, but I mean, no disrespect to anyone on parks. I just don't have time to actually go on. I really don't. I really struggle to sometimes even push out stuff on my own channels and that. So yeah. But I have heard of them. What, they have heated arguments on there, do they? Okay. Someone has said to me in the past, oh, they've talked about you on parks in a positive way. It's like, oh, Jaggs said this, or Jaggs mentioned this, blah blah blah. That's cool. I mean, again, I tried to this channel. My aim is to try and keep everyone informed and keep it actually like what's going on and true to the fact. And we can chat about speculating about things, but I don't like to clickbait. A lot of people clickbait. I just don't see a point in that. I like to be a more credible sort of, I suppose, space. So you can come to the channel and go, okay, this is what's happening. Watch the videos and get some information about the events, what they're actually like, what the parks like to visit, hints and tips, and all that kind of stuff. If you keep it real, I think that's what I do. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own spin on whatever they want to do, and that's all cool too. But yeah, that's what you'll get on here. Okay, they watch my videos and they talk about what I filmed. Okay, well, that's cool. Hopefully it's in a positive sense. I hope, because I try and keep it like, exact. I don't try to say the wrong thing or pretend about something or whatever, and again, this is a positive channel, by the way. Purposely, I can't stand any negativity, so you won't get negative. I mean, look, nowhere is perfect, right? No theme park in the world is perfect. Even Epic Universe, it's epic, but it's not perfect. So Disney is not perfect, right? There's never a perfect But my aim is to get people excited about the parks that they can visit and what they can experience at the parks. If they see something that's not right when they're there, or they were unhappy with something, that's cool. I mean, I know other people voice it very strongly, and I just think that's not needed. It's okay to have your opinions. I don't have an issue with that. I'll say, oh, they could do this or maybe that, but that's just a suggestion or an opinion. But yeah, that's everyone's different. So yeah, I try and keep it all correct and true to the information of what's going on. And so hopefully, again, I don't go on parks, but hopefully they're talking about my channel in a positive sense. I hope. Yeah, so that's all I can hope. So tell me otherwise, but anyway. See what you do in new land. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Definitely, they need a new land. When I worked there years ago, across all the village parks, actually, quite some years ago now, but I got seen because they have an idea, they want to put an attraction in, they got to cost it up, right? So they even the architects design it, and you see all the artwork about all what's happening, and then it doesn't get signed off, so it doesn't happen. So I've seen some pretty amazing, awesome stuff for SeaWorld that would be just amazing. It would be so cool, but for one reason or another, it just didn't go to fruition. So it's a shame because, yeah, like I think a couple of things that they could have done and should have done would have been amazing and a real massive draw cards for SeaWorld. But anyway, I can't tell you what, in case it's still, on the to-do list sort of thing. And then even though I left there, I don't want to breach any confidentialities. I mean, that was a long time ago, so they've probably shelved it or binned the ideas now. Do I ever think White Water World would stop operating seasonally? I think, look, one day maybe, but I think that would be when there's much more demand for it and much bigger visitation. If you think about like the likes of Florida, I know you may not have been there, but Florida, it's just all about the theme parks all year round. And it's totally geared up for the theme parks. You go there, the buses go directly to the theme parks from the hotel. It's all connecting. It's free. It's just geared up for the theme parks. It's just totally you go there for the theme parks. It's all easy to get to, and it's just theme parks, theme parks, theme parks. The buses are theme parks. Everything's it's insane. And I think that's when you need to get to that point and have it all open all the time. And maybe do the heated pools for winter so it can stay open all year round. Big cost in that, but I think it's worth it. Maybe when more international visitation comes back a bit stronger. Could be Big Brother. You never know. It's big, so it could be Big Brother. Like, you're right. Playing on the words there. Big Brother, big announcement. Absolutely. There's see, we've all had these conversations tonight, and we're all going, hey, it could be this, could be that. I love that. It could be so many things. Could be Big Brother visits Five Nights at Freddy's on the Giant Drop. Who knows? In a whole new land. I mean, who knows? It could be either way. It's going to be exciting, right? So, yeah, you're right. The glitch effect. They did use that too, didn't they? They used the glitch effect. You're onto something there. I reckon. What does everyone else think? I think he's onto something there. I think water parks are good if you want to have a lazy day. Yeah, I agree, Straws. I agree. Yeah, I like them when they're not too busy as well. You can just jump in the old lazy river and relax. Yeah, I can't stand queuing for like 2 hours in the sun on the steps of a tower. It's not comfortable. Anyway, no, Power Jack, the King Claw is not going to be 360. It's not. Oh yeah, someone else answered that. Do you reckon Dreamworld's jumping the gun with hotels, considering they only have enough attractions for one day at most? I think what they're trying to do. Think about this. Movie World haven't moved on the hotel, right? They've said that they're going to do one for quite a few years now, and nothing's come to fruition. And they've gone, well, we'll do it. So, council, give us the approvals. Government, give us the approvals. Push it now. Once they get the approval, they'll get the funding. They'll do it. It's going to benefit Movie World as well, but also all the people they're going to want to stay up near the theme parks are all going to come to those hotels. So Dreamworld gets in before Movie World and does an unreal job of it. They're going to benefit massively, but both parks will benefit no matter what. So yeah, but it makes sense. They're pushing harder, faster. They'll do it. They'll get it done. Look how fast everything happens at Dreamworld. They get it done. I think they'll get that done real quick. Yes, Drill's on the same. I hate carrying those tubes up the steps. You see sometimes they look the smallest of kids with this massive tube, and you think, oh, no. How they manage. But, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they need to. I mean, if it's like Mammoth Falls where the tubes can go up the conveyor and you just walk up and get your tube at the top, all rides need to be, or slides need to be like that. Dreamworld Hotel would need to be on the highway. Yeah, you're right. We need to be, seen, visible from the highway, and definitely seen, and definitely an attractive location. You did right. It's got to be absolutely awesome. So hopefully. Now I've apologies if I missed anyone's comments. So, but I visited Winterfest on Saturday. Hopefully you've seen the video. If you haven't, check it out. What do you guys think of the event? Again, it's essentially the same event. They blueprint these events every year. However, a couple of things I really enjoyed about this year's version of Winterfest. One is that it is just on during the day, and you don't have to try and squeeze it into a short night event. I like that. I like the fact that the night markets are still staying open, and you can sort of still do the ice toboggan and the ice skating. Excuse me. Even though the park's not open as per normal for a night night market, I think it's great the way they've done that. And also, I like it how all of the Winterfest is basically in one spot down by the exhibition convention center. So where the ice skating is, I like it how it's all down there. It's a precinct. So you go down there, and then they've got the big blow up Winterfest like entry archways, one there and one that goes toward Belinda's Arctic Adventure, which is cool because you go into that, and also from there you can just cut through that area they've opened up where the old Trolls Village was. Takes you straight to where the food is and the ice skating and everything. I love that. So I think they've done a great job there. The food is really good. I mean, some of the traditional favorites that we see every year, but also some new things. I really enjoyed the lemon crepes. They were absolutely delicious. Adrian was with me from AU Theme Park Fan. He had Kransky sausage, and he said it was absolutely delicious. I think it had sauerkraut and onions on it as well. The hot chocolate, unlike years gone by where you could just stand a spoon up in it and it didn't move, it was actually more of an actual hot chocolate consistency this year. It's an Italian hot chocolate. So it is different, obviously, than a normal one. But you got to get the whipped cream. Now, I pretty much don't ever get whipped cream on. Not often. Sometimes I do on frappes and things. I just, I'm trying to watch the weight. But I actually asked for no cream, and they accidentally gave me cream. But I'm so glad they did, because the hot chocolate itself is actually really hot. But by mixing in the cream, and then there's marshmallows on there. You could choose not to have marshmallows. Of course, I had to have the marshmallows. Let's stir that all through. It mixes through nicely. And to tell you what, Adrian and I both really enjoyed the hot chocolate this year. It was still quite rich. I couldn't quite finish all of mine just because it was just so rich. But yeah, really, really enjoyed that this year. Something I didn't have and actually didn't even feature. But if you go to now I always pronounce this wrong. If you go to the churros stand, You know what I mean? The Spanish donuts. They've got Winterfest themed dessert there with, that American marshmallow fluff. Like, so they've got that on the churros. So it's like, I guess, like a snow top maybe or something like that. So check that out and give that a go. I'm going to try and get back in to get one of them as well. So there's a few extra things, a couple of things I might have missed there, but yeah, a couple of the shows and the characters in the different costumes. You know what? It was such a good vibe, and I said that to a couple of people on Saturday, and they said the same thing. What a great vibe today! It was busy, but not hectically busy, but really like an enjoyable busy. The park looked lively. It was awesome. So yeah, I really enjoyed the event. Ice skating, if you're a pass holder, you get a free session. I think at $10 for a second. If you're not a pass holder, it's just $15, and it's real ice and real ice skates and everything. So it's pretty awesome. The ice slide toboggan is free. There's a water puddle at the bottom. Everyone was going down and getting the big splash back from that. Everyone was having fun. I think everyone just had a great day, and yeah, I enjoyed the event. And even though I'm not so much ice skating or doing all that stuff, I just enjoyed the event and I enjoy seeing everyone enjoy what the parks put on, because they go to a lot of effort. These events don't just happen overnight. So many people, weeks and weeks, probably months and months of planning. I know I used to work at theme parks, and these events are full on, absolutely full on. So to put together, and when you come in as a guest, it's just like normal. They do it seamlessly, so they do an amazing job. And I really liked this year, just the little added touches. So the Winterfest quest, it's an additional charge for the kids to get the clues and go and solve the clues around the park and solve the puzzle, and then you come back and get a prize. But just the added thing they did this year is they got that little cardboard crown, like an ice crown, like an ice king or queen's crown. It says Winterfest quest, just one of those cardboard ones. It looks so cool. The kids have that on. They feel important. They've got this crown on their head whilst they're on their quest to find and solve all the clues to the puzzle. It's cool, It's just a little thing like that. Just this extra little 1%ers they've done, I think is amazing. Like, it seems like a small thing, but I think whoever thought of that, and I think I know the person I was speaking to her, who actually one of the, I think she's one of the food and beverage supervisors or managers. Yeah, I think it was her idea, and I definitely noticed it, and I said, you know what, that's just a great add-on. And then, the kid then gets to keep that, take it home. I remember when I did the quest at Dreamworld, 2 days later, it's cool. All about creating those memories and all that sort of stuff. I just love that stuff. So, that was cool. I think all in all, a great event. Again, it's included with your park entry. Why not check it out these school holidays? DC Heroes Supervillains event kicked off on Monday. I haven't been yet, even though I've been posting photos and some videos and stuff. So my wife visited she had a day off, so she visited on Monday and very kindly provided some footage to the channel. So just going through it all and chatting to her about the day and what's on and everything. A couple of things I really like about this year's event. One is the fact they got all of those bat cars all lined up together in the plaza area where you can check them all out. I think that's a nice touch, a good add to the visual change of that plaza area. I think that's really cool. I like the new characters. Black Canary, she's got her own show as well. That's cool. Crypto, the dog in the parade on the float there. That's pretty cool. It's animatronic. It's pretty cool. Lex Luthor, obviously, another new character there. A couple of new shows. Photo opportunities. I kind of wish they had done something with the Doomsday area, but I get it. They got to stick to the plaza, so where everything's happening. What else did they do there? One thing I noticed, she noticed that the fountain was still, usually that it's green in color for this event, and it's still just clear or normal. So I don't know, maybe doing the green stuffs like the filtration or something. I don't know, but there'd be a reason for that. But yeah, some of the extra theming. She said, look, these flags are on the buildings because obviously it's like Joker is taking over movie world, and there's ha 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 sort of written on the buildings and things and on the shop windows. That's cool, right? It's I like that. That's pretty awesome. And the parade, thank God they added back in the fight scene. So and they've changed it up too. It's different. So awesome. So I think just those tweaks they've done. And again, I haven't visited myself yet. I've my wife's given me the download on the whole visit she did, shared photos and videos and things. I've posted some, but obviously, I'm also going to do an entire video on the event over the weekend and probably Sunday or one of the days. Just depends. Not even sure what day yet, but so that video will either drop Sunday night or Monday night, depending on what day I visit. But yeah, so we'll feature the event. It's obviously already been going since Monday. So by the time it released, it'll be a week one down. It's going until the 20th though. So if you're still thinking, oh, should I go? Look, it's included with your park entry. Yes, it's school holidays. Now, if you always go to the parks, like if you're local or close by and you're always at the parks and you think, oh, I won't go, it's too busy in the holidays. Well, just think about this for a second. How about just going out to just check out the Heroes and Villains event? Don't worry about the rides. So all the people that don't come to Movie World, like from out of state, they're going to ride the rides. So the rides will be busy. And of course, they're going to watch the shows and that as well. But if you just focus on the event, just the event, and then enjoy the photo sessions, the meet and greets, the little pop-up shows, and just get the whole vibe of the actual Heroes and Villains event. I think that's pretty cool. That's what we do when we film. So yeah, and obviously enjoy meeting you guys. But an event like this, I've got a big schedule to meet to get the video done as well. But always happy to stop and say hi. And don't forget, if you do stop and say hi, you'll get a Jaggs Journeys sticker. By the way, these aren't really great to stick on t-shirts. I see a lot of kids straight away, they stick it straight on and next thing they walk off and it goes. But these are actually really sticky for anything else. Cars are great, like back window of a car. I've seen heaps of them around. Like that's the best place for them. This won't fade in a hurry. It's actually the quality of this I use is aimed to last. If you put it on your phone, like I have one on my phone, when I'm filming, I have the sticker on the back. Because that also sits in my pocket and sometimes and rubs against my keys or something. If it's rubbing on a surface, that's when it will start to discolor and lose its clarity or whatever. But if it's just on a car or on a lunchbox or fridge or whatever, it's fine. It lasts. It stays stuck on. Not so great on this material for some reason. Just doesn't like it. Doesn't bond material. But yeah, always stop and say hi. You get a sticker. Yeah. A lot of people go, oh, I wanted to get a photo, but just ask for a photo. It's not a problem at all. So happy to do it. And then just tag us on Instagram or something like that. Anyway, so I just wanted to give those opinions on those events. I think they're both great events, included with your park entry. Fantastic. Get along and definitely enjoy them. Now, since I've been rambling on, you guys have been making more comments. So thank you for that. I'll just, hey, Family Odyssey 22. Sorry, I missed you before. Thanks for jumping on. Hopefully you're still on. Sorry about that. I missed you. I'm just scrolling back down. I think I've missed a few comments here. Thank you for jumping on. All right. Let's go back a few to where we were at. Dreamworld needs to give us a hint. Yes, they do need to give us a hint of what their big announcement is. I love singing. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right. So, any plans on new merchandise? Yes, there's plans. It's just I got to make it happen, and I'm just so busy at the moment. I do have a few things I'm working on with that, but I have to re-engage the graphic artists and things. So, I want the like you can. I got two main designs on the website for merch. One is the logo, and one is the one of me vlogging. So there will be at least another 1 to 2 designs. I can't give a time. I'm hoping to get it done before Christmas. Again, I'm just bombarded with so much outside of the YouTube world. So I'll do my best. But I do really appreciate everyone who has bought merch and continues to buy merch. It's incredible. So thank you for that. And if you haven't visited the merch page, you can check that out on. I've got the links. Pretty much every video I do. If you go into the description where I say, "Hey, join me on my journey exploring this," scroll down. It's got all the like the TikTok and the merch, email, all that stuff's all on there. So that's where you'll find it. Also on Linktree, you can find it through Instagram as well. Got all the links on there. All right, I think I know where I'm at. Yeah, I think water slides. Jack, you're right. Who'd want to get on a freezing cold water slide in winter? They need to do something with the water and make it a little bit warmer. Either that or you got to wear a steamer suit, right? Wear a steamer. I don't know if they'll allow that. Maybe they would, like a full steamer suit. Okay, I'm just rolling through. Okay. I think I found where I was up to. All right, cool. The thing with Dreamworld Hotel, I know we already. Oh, geez, okay. Oh, here we go. Love watching the lives, seeing the new attractions. And your setup. ET is very cool. We have a full-scale movie replica. Really? I love ET. That is cool. That is so cool. I've actually got I don't know if it's in here, actually. Yeah, it is. There you go. Hang on. Everything's backwards. There's ET there, see? ET. I got him at Universal Studios just recently. So, yeah. ET is cool. How much does Yumpling Dumplings cost? What is it? There's a couple of options. There's an 8-pack and a 12-pack. I can't actually give you an exact figure. I don't get it wrong, see? So, but if you go back to find one of my night market videos, no doubt I've focused on it or something. I think it's like $14 maybe for the 12. I think something like that. Look, they're good value for money. They're delicious. You got to get the work sauce on those. They are so good. Definitely worth the money. Pam thinks Winterfest was a bit lame. The fake snow smelled weird. I must admit I didn't go and sniff the snow, but it is what they call. I think they're called Snope, isn't it? Like snow soap, kind of different. Yeah, it probably does have a sort of a. I guess there'd have to be some kind of a smell to it because it's obviously a made up of something. But the only thing with that though, it becomes slippery. So I think they've got to be careful with that. I know what you're saying about, okay, it's lame, but it's not. It's what you got to remember is it's their target market is the young kids, young families. So for little kids, it's like, wow, it's cool. We can ice skate. We can go down the ice slide. There's all these different foods, and mum and dad can try the foods, and there's characters out. It is. Yeah, it's an overlay. It's an overlay type of event. And yeah, look, I think it's good. Like again, I don't compare it to a different event because it is their event and it's what they do, and I think it fits the profile of their demographics. So, yeah, it's not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone. But the food was great. I must admit, the food was amazing. I say a lot, don't I? People have said that to me before. That's when no one knows how to drive in the Gold Coast motorway. Scary. I drive a lot because of my job, and every day I go on the highway, I see aggression, I see excessive speed, I see cutting off, people just driving over solid white lines that you're not supposed to, as per the road code, traveling inches from your bumper, even though you can't go any faster because there's cars in front of you, and that's how all these multi-vehicle accidents happen. One person jumps on the brakes at the front, everyone else is traveling inches off the bumpers, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. And then all of a sudden, you're stuck in 2 hours worth of traffic jams, all because people are impatient and aggressive and driving up the butt of the car in front. It's terrible. It happens every day. In fact, there's probably never a day where it doesn't happen. I had a big truck come, like I was doing 112 in the second. Is it second to like, there's 4 lanes, so you got the fast lane, if you say the outside lane, and the next one I was sitting in there in the flow of traffic. It's a 110 zone, so 110 zone, I was sitting about 112 as everyone else was. This truck was getting closer and closer and closer and closer behind me. He must have been doing, I don't know, 130, 140, and he comes so close and he starts flashing his lights and honking his horn, and I can't go anywhere. There's cars in the other lane, and I can't. And then he starts going forward and back, and he starts swerving, and like, what the heck? And he's just trying to push off the road. Why? He's going to get somewhere 1 minute earlier. I don't know. It's really bad. And I think that the problem is, when do you ever see a police car? Apart from at the roadworks, with the lights going at the roadworks, you just don't see police here at the Gold Coast anymore. On the highway, you never see them. So I think that's the problem. There's no highway patrol. There's no police patrolling the roads. I think half the cameras have been taken down, even. So I don't know what's going on, but it's a shocker. The M1 Gold Coast, Gold Coast to Brisbane, actually to probably the Sunshine Coast, is bad. Really, really bad. But anyway, it is what it is. Unfortunately, some people just impatient and uncourteous. Anyway, we always try to be yes, we always try to be as careful as we can. I mean, I drive as safe as I can and leave plenty of room. I've done so many defensive driving courses just through jobs, driving and that, and you do a lot of practice on stopping speeds and distances and at what speed you're doing it, and if you jump on the brakes, how long it takes you to actually stop at certain speeds, and it's actually a lot more than you think. So that's why I always leave a massive gap, and if someone obviously going to jump in, that's fine. I'll just ease back a bit more. You still get to where you're going. Just leave it a little bit earlier to allow for the extra time. Anton's saying it's not as bad as Melbourne. Well, you know what? I don't know. I mean, when I went to Melbourne, twice I've been to Melbourne, 3 times I think I've been to Melbourne. I've hired a car. I've driven on the highway, and I don't think I don't recall there being 110 zones. I think is it 80 or 90 and maybe 100. And I commented to my wife, I'm like, everyone's driving properly here. This is great. And then look, that might have just been that day. I don't know, but what you're saying might be different. But I felt that they were actually more courteous. And it's funny, like in LA, more traffic. There's honking and stuff going on, and people pushing everywhere. But people, you actually have to drive like that over there to get in, like it, and that's normal. But no one sort of they honk for a reason. It's not being aggressive. It's just, I think, honk, I'm moving in. Like don't, watch out kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's a bit different. And I didn't feel as aggressive anyway over there. But anyway, what annoys me is when I go to the theme parks and I want to get out of Dreamworld to go to, say, Movie World, and it takes for a 6-minute trip, it can take like 35 minutes on a Saturday. M1 is worse on a Saturday, Sunday than peak hour. It's insane. It is crazy. That's the one thing we've got a problem with in the Gold Coast. I'm telling you. John knows he drives as well. GC Party buses. He's saying he saw one today on the M1, a car in a medium strip this afternoon at Ormo. There you go. If you're just doing normal speed and driving normally, you're not going to end up in a medium strip. You're not going to end up dead. You're not going to end up crashed anywhere. Just drive normal. It's easy, right? You just drive normal, and yeah, just the speed. When you're doing 110 and someone just goes whew, like that past you, and it's like whoa, and your car shakes. Like, what are they doing? 200. Insane. Like, it's just crazy. Anyway. When will I update the new video about Warner Brothers? Thank you, Pro Gamer. It'll be this weekend because I'm doing my full video there on Saturday or Sunday this week. So my wife had a day off, visited the park, did a little bits of content for me, so I was able to post a few things, bits and pieces for you guys. And yeah, full video coming up. I'm not sure yet what day. I'm probably going to be Sunday, I think. Could change. I don't know. But end of the day, one of the weekend days this weekend, unless I can get Friday off, maybe I'll head down Friday. But I don't know. I've got a lot going on. But I aim to get there this Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Probably Sunday. But you'll have a video at the end of the week. Maybe Monday, but end of the week. Yeah, you have 80 and 100 in Melbourne. That's right. 110 zones out of town. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like everyone was just actually driving properly in Melbourne when I was there. Anyway. Okay. Germ says face down, seats out. Oh, face down seats on the drop tower. Now, you're onto some stuff here. You must work there. I don't know. There you go. How about that, everyone? What do you all think about that? What Germ says? So face down seats on the drop tower makes sense with the TikTok about 119 meters. The teaser standing on the big drop financially makes sense. So you're saying that so a different version of the ride vehicle, like there's one in the US. I think Riley actually rode it from memory. Is that right? And it actually then it takes you out and you're like face down, right? I reckon you're onto it. Who would do that? I don't know if I could do that. I'm holding up when I'm up there. You can see my knuckles, the whites of my knuckles, holding on so tight. If I'm facing the ground flat, geez, I don't know. That would be a big announcement. Geez, you've had some good ones tonight. So let's wait and see. And obviously, once we've heard what the announcement is, we'll come back and chat about that, about all the ideas we've all had and what we thought, and then what it is. That's cool though. Let's see. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that's crazy if you're facing the ground. Indeed, absolutely. Very cool. That is going to be pretty cool. Park Pulse. Hey, Park Pulse. I've heard it was a motor coaster refurbishment. I think they're going to be doing that. I think that's definitely, you're correct. but I don't think that's the big announcement. So you're correct in saying that, because I think definitely that is going to happen 100%. But I think that'll just be saying, hey, this is just getting a refurbishment. That won't be, it's got to be big. It's got to be big. And I think we'll see something bigger. But yes, we'll see that happen. But I think that's something bigger will be announced. Yeah, I think Pam reckons, Jeremy, you could be right on that one. Yep. Face down seats. Ooh. Who would do it? I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it without shutting my eyes, which defeats the purpose of the experience, right? But I don't know. Let's see what people think. It would. You're right, Anton. It would definitely elevate their standing on where they're tracking. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Park Pulse. You're right. Yeah, they are having. It's still closed. I think Motor Coaster is still closed at the moment. Yeah. Hey, Family Odyssey. Riley is back. He came back a week ago. So he would still be editing and releasing content periodically over the next probably like couple of months. We'll be recording our next podcast, Theme Park Cartel, next week, and so that'll come out at the end of next week. And we should get a trip report from him on that. Looking forward to that. It should be exciting. Jim reckons, yeah, honestly, it makes sense that they have the budget for a whole new ride between Motorfest Refurb, King Claw, and the 35 million spent on Rivertown. Yeah. It's all making sense. It's all making sense. I can't even do it as it is, let alone face down. I just got to turn my power on my laptop. 1 second. I'm losing power. There we go. I didn't want it to shut down. So yeah, I think well, I've ridden Giant Drop. I mean, I don't ride it regularly, but every time when I have time, every time on a night event, if I have time, I love riding it at night. It's less scary, right? You can't see as much, but the view is amazing during the day. I like the highway side at night because it's all the lights, but I actually enjoy the the eastern side, the back view the best. I think you can even see like the water, and so the view out there is amazing. So, yeah. Park Pulse reckons face down seats would be so much fun. Would you do it in Park Pulse? Would you actually go, yes, I'm going to do that? I mean, you're definitely a lot younger than me, I'm sure. So I think you'd have no problem doing it. I don't. It's 42 stories high, 119 meters. I don't know. Ooh. That is next level. That is next level. I reckon we've just uncovered through our discussions and Jerm's point of view and idea, and we've all had great ideas of what it could be, this announcement. I reckon we've uncovered it, or I reckon Jerm has uncovered it here, and I think you're bang on there. Let's wait and see. Pam saying, I'm not sure if me or my vomit would make it down first. Yeah, true. That's a good point. Park Pulse is saying that they would definitely do it. That's insane. That is insane. I mean, that would definitely make people want to go there even more. Interesting. Would that make it? That would make it probably the world's tallest downward facing face down facing drop tower, I'm sure. I know. What do you guys think? Interesting. Southern hemispheres, at least. Yeah, absolutely right. Wow. Jaggs, have you ever ridden Montezuma's Revenge at Knott's. Yes, I have. I have done all of the rides at Knott's, and yes, that is a pretty cool attraction. My favorite one at Knott's would probably be I really like Ghost Rider. I actually really like Ghost Rider. I like wooden coasters. Silver Bullets. I reckon. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked that one. It was intense. But yeah, Knott's. I like the whole feel of Knott's Berry Farm, the old Western, American Western feel. Ghost Town. It's really authentic, and the steam trains, and just it's really cool. I really, really enjoy that park. Probably definitely go back again as well. One of my one day future visits. Well, there you go. So let's see. There's a good 30 of us still on the chat at the moment, I think. So would all of you actually do the face down giant drop? If that's what the big announcement is, that's what we're thinking. All right. You heard it here first on this live chat. Thanks to Germ. Reckons that it's a face down version of the giant drop. Face down. I think that makes a lot of sense. It ties into how they've been. Dreamworld's probably sitting on here going, "You're not even close." But anyway, you never know, right? So I think that's the most probable thing. All the other things that we've said are probably going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like they're probably going to happen at some point anyway. But this is probably something quite different. Interesting. Anton says the food at Knott's is also top shelf. Yeah, they have a whole different range of foods there, don't they? Oh, Mrs. Knott's Chicken Restaurant out the front. Loved. Too much food, but loved it. Absolutely loved it. Park Pulse was at Disneyland for the first day of the 70th. There were no reservations left. Oh, that's a shame. In the morning, but the lines were 10 to 20 minutes long all day. Really? That's unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Wow. Good on you. Yeah. I love that. I'm taking it you got the key, did the whole go around the park and then get the little special, is it a pin that comes out of the key? That looks so cool. I'd love to get over for that. It goes obviously for 12 months. But yeah, I mean, I got no annual leave left at work and don't really have the money to travel at the moment. So that would be cool. You're very lucky to have gone there for that. That's unreal. That's awesome. I love the original Disneyland. I actually have never been to Disney World. So I've only been to Disneyland Anaheim quite a few times, and I just love it there because of the nostalgia. It's so cool. Anton's going to give the face down version a go if it happens. That's cool. You should create a poll in the chat with the question. Hey, that's a good idea. If I knew how to do that, even better idea. So I'd have to figure it out. I'm sure I've never done it, so I'm sure. But what we can do is create a poll on Instagram. Maybe I can do that easy. So yeah, definitely. That's definitely. I think we'll do that, but again, I'm not sure at the moment. Someone's probably going, "It's so easy," and I know that. I haven't done it, and it'll take me a while to work it all out. And I don't want to muck around and waste time because we've got to finish this. We've got to finish this live. I've got to get off literally very, very shortly. I've got to be somewhere. So, but yeah, I like that idea, Pro Gamer. We might do that on Instagram. So make sure if you guys are not already following me on Instagram, jaggsjourneysgc. We'll put that on there. And Germ, if it's okay, I'm not sure if you can maybe. It's up to you, Jim, but if you want to maybe DM me on Instagram and give me if you're on Instagram, give me your like handle, your Instagram, and I'll just say this was your idea of what your thoughts were, and that's what we've discussed on the live, and we'll do a poll, if that's cool with you. So sounds cool. Hey, Chris, awesome. Thanks for jumping on, mate. An announcement for Dreamworld would be good if the train went around the whole park again. Yes, absolutely. I know that they had an issue at the back because of the construction area for Rivertown and Jungle Rush. They had to make some changes around there. So unfortunately, it made the back bend too tight for the train. They've been working on a fix for that, and that'll happen in time. I'm not sure that they haven't announced when, but that will rejoin, of course, so the train can complete its complete park lap, which is really cool. So yeah, pretty cool. But Chris, thanks for jumping on. Hope you had a good birthday the other day as well, mate. Happy birthday again was it last week? I think it was, but hope you had a great day. All right, what else we got? I think we got to wrap this up. So, Pam's probably not, for others in my family would. Yeah. I don't think everyone will do it. I don't think everyone would definitely do that one. But anyway, we shall see. Jim's also saying that they've done a lot recently, and they're in the middle of building a new ride. I don't think it would be a completely new ride. You're right, exactly right. It's a modification to the drop tower. It just one ride vehicle off, one on. There'd probably be some other kind of, I guess, design or something that I have to do on that. So potentially, yeah, absolutely right. So Park Pulse is saying she got the key for, I think, sorry, I'm pretty sure I have seen you and is that right? I think, apologies if not, but you got the key at Disneyland for the 30th. That's awesome. That's where the crowds were. Yeah, I could imagine, because that's a decent size, right? And it's cool how that actually pops open. What pin did you get? Did you get the D with the Disneyland? And because I know there was there 4 different kinds, or I don't know, there might have been more than that. So yeah, something like that. I'm not sure, but I definitely saw that, and so you're lucky to have been there on that opening day. That is absolutely so cool. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. As I said before, I've got to be somewhere. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's jumped on tonight. We've had an awesome chat tonight about what's been happening in the events. And yeah, it's definitely exciting, and there's big announcements happening. A couple of comments coming through. Sorry, Jason. Hey, Jason, thanks for jumping on. Jay of Oceania, what do you spend all your coffee money on? So that supports the channel. So it actually goes towards, well, it does go towards coffees, of course, but also that helps me purchase my tickets and things to get into the parks to provide more content for you guys. So again, a really big thank you and appreciation for anyone who's purchased coffees. It is a way to support Jaggs Journeys. It's so I can then put other content out for you guys. So I can pay to go to an attraction or pay for more theme park passes. So that's the idea of that. It's designed to help support my channel so I can provide you guys more content. That's what the Buy Me a Coffee is all about. But a big thank you again to everyone supporting on that as well. So yeah, there's the last few questions coming there. Park Pulse also says, "Oh, you got the Walt and Mickey statue. Oh, how cool! That's the one I would have wanted too. So, and there's 9 you can collect. You said, did you go and buy 9 keys or what? Well, you probably could do a trade, no doubt. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's really cool. Aaron's saying he'll find out the next few weeks what's happening. But the focus is obviously King Claw. So, yeah, we don't want to obviously, Aaron, if you work there, I'm not sure if you do or not, but if something's confidential, keep it to yourself. Obviously, we don't want you to be in trouble, and we don't want to repeat anything that we shouldn't if if it's not supposed to be known. But we sometimes get a bit of extra information through from several different sources. Sometimes I'll have a way of maybe mentioning a thought process around what it could be or what have you, without saying specifically, depending on how, I guess, critical or sensitive the information is. We don't want to ruin any surprise that the park wants to do for their release, of course. They want to obviously release it as well. So, yeah, cool. That's awesome. What else? Just last few comments coming through. Park Pulse, thanks for the live stream. No problem. Thanks for jumping on and joining. Appreciate it. Keep up the great work on your lives as well, through your park walks and everything as well. And TikTok, I think. Yep. That's awesome. I haven't met you, so if you do see us, come and say hi. What have we got there? Knife Fight Academy. Thanks heaps, dude. No worries. Let me know if you need any other help with merch. Oh yeah. I will send me a message and what your specialty is there. That'd be cool. Anton, thank you very much again. Yeah, thank you, mate. I appreciate your support with the podcast. Yeah, again, Theme Park Cartel podcast. It's myself and Riley and Adrian. So every fortnight we release on Spotify and also a lot of the other major streaming platforms as well. We have trip reports. We do news about what's happening. We do local news. We do theme park news, roller coaster news, worldwide theme park news. Anything and everything. we talk about what's been happening. It's a bit lighthearted as well, sometimes a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's a little bit of fun as well. A little bit of extra humor in there that you may not always get on some of the other channels so much, but appreciate it, and we all appreciate everyone's support for that as well. We are working on another cartel event. It's just been a bit of a hold up with the theme park getting back to us. We keep pushing and following up, and there's been nothing. So I think they've just been busy. So anyway, as soon as we can get our second event out there, we will release it to Theme Park Cartel podcast listeners first. It is for those people essentially, although if there's so many tickets released, there's so many available. Anyway, we'll keep everyone informed on that one as well. Cool. Again, a big thank you to everyone who has jumped onto the live stream tonight. And I know some people had to jump off early. That's perfectly fine. I get it. Everyone's got lives and other things to do. But I appreciate everyone's interaction tonight. Had really fun with all the conversation and thoughts around the new rides and announcements and things like that. So let's wait and see if we get that face down facing drop tower on the giant drop. That sounds cool. We'll try and get that poll up in the next day or two. We'll do that as well. Cool. And again, just thanks to everyone who's been commenting and interacting. I think Jason from Sanatorium, thanks, mate. Sorry, mate, it's been crazy. There's a couple of comments. Thank you for jumping on and supporting the channel as well. Pam, everyone, Aaron, Anton, Park Pulse, everyone has been fantastic, and I really appreciate everyone's support. Family Odyssey, of course, always on here. Germ, thanks for the info. It's been great, and we'll definitely can't wait for some announcements. Straws, snacks, everybody, thank you so much. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. I do have to go. I have to be somewhere. I actually have to go out and be somewhere. So a big thanks, everyone, for, again, jumping on. Thanks for your support for the channel. Appreciate you watching my videos, supporting me on Instagram, TikTok, all those other platforms as well. Hopefully we'll see you out there. Heroes and Villains video Sunday night or Monday night will be released. So hopefully you look forward to watching that. I'll try and make it as fun and as exciting as I can. Anyway, guys, have a good week. And if we see you at the parks, come say hi and have fun. We'll see you on the next journey. Good night.